Just a quick video for you today to show you how I use Facebook events to help drive my customer decisions. Um, Basically, this is a tool that I have used now successfully for about 10 months to educate my friends and family and Facebook friends on my next upcoming challenge group, give them some information about what is it about, invite them to join me in that group, and set up some expectations on how I will be contacting them to discuss their goals and get them set up with their challenge pack so that they are able to join the group. Okay? I do this all through a Facebook event that is sent out approximately 2 to 3 weeks before the start date of my next group. So the first thing you do is go to facebook.com. Okay, if you weren't already logged in, you'll need to log in. The first thing you want to do is to click on events in your left toolbar. Wow, this is going really slow. Events. This will show you a list of the events that you have created, as well as those that you have said that you are going to or maybe going to. So what I'm going to do for this demonstration is I'm just basically going to recreate this event that I put together for my November 10th challenge group, just to show you how I created that event and what I did. So once you click on events, you would then click on create. It'll pop up a small dialog box that you'll then put in some pertinent information. In this case, the name of your event, whatever you want to name it. This one was called One Step Forward. You can pick whatever name you want, from very basic to very creative. Just make it something that is meaningful to you. Then you have a space to add details. This is where I typically will put in information about what the group is about, what the requirements are, and set expectations with what I want anyone who RSVPs to this event to do. So in this case, I've already typed that information in a file on my Evernote. So I'm just going to come over here and copy it and paste it into the event details. Okay, so if you read this, it basically just says, do you know someone who's been trying to get back into shape, etc. So I'm giving them an idea of who is a good candidate for this group. In the description, I say, on this date, November 10th, we are going to be beginning our group. I'm looking for 5 to 10 people who are ready to make a change, etc. I tell them then what we're going to be doing. We're going to be using the P90 program. I tell them a little bit about the program. Okay? I tell them again that this group starts on November 10th and ask them, are you ready to take action? I often do this in my invites. I give them a preview of the workout. Beachbody publishes very short videos, advertisement videos of their programs, and puts them on YouTube. So I always put this link in here so that they can get a look at the workout and see if the type of movement is something that they want to do. Okay, it's kind of like a teaser. And then finally, I tell them what to do. Accept this invite and I will message you directly with details on how to join the group. Contact me at my email address if you have questions. Okay, pretty simple. You can use this similar format and just change the wording for every group. I add a place. I usually say your home, your DVD player, just to make it perfectly clear that they are going to be using a DVD-based workout program, that this is not something that they have to be in person to do, that it's in their home on their DVD player. Okay, then you pick your date. Usually it's a great idea to start on a Monday. People just kind of grasp the concept of starting on a Monday. You don't need to fill in a time, and then this privacy setting is the last thing you want to do. Typically what I will do is I will set it to invite only while I am finishing, setting up my invite. That way, if you leave it at guests and friends or open invite or public, everyone in your newsfeed is going to get a notification that you just set up a new event, which is great, except unless you haven't put in the final, finishing touches and details. I don't like to invite people to my event until it looks good and it's ready to go. So I set it to invite only, and I create the event. Okay, that's great. So now I have this event, and this is what it looks like. Not too impressive, yeah? So what I'll do next is I'll add an event photo. If you haven't got one prepared, then what you'll probably want to do is search Google for something that's, a catchy image, something that represents what you're doing. If, for example, you're doing a 21-day fix challenge group, there's lots of images on Google that show the 21-day fix, products or whatever you want to do. Just pick something that is meaningful to you. So I would go to Upload Photo. I would find my event photo that I created earlier. In this case, I kept it really simple. I just used a quote that I like, which says, "You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great," which I felt went with my theme of one step forward. And I also put my email down here just to, remind people how to contact me. So drag it around, make it look how you want it to, and then click Save Changes. Okay, so this is the page that people who are considering accepting your event invite will see, right? They see, something that's representative of the event, the name of the event, the date. You can make it to where they can see who's been invited, who's accepted, etc. They see, the date, the time, the description, which is all the stuff you filled out before. And then a lot of times what I'll do is before I even invite people, I'll make an initial post here. Anything like, "Thanks for checking out my event. Please read the description and let me know if you have any questions." Always helps if you spell things correctly. Or, I might even put in here a picture. If I could post something generic like that, or I could, this is not the right event, but I could put in like a transformation photo and say, "I am so excited to be hosting this group." Whoa, don't want to do that. My friends, whatever, my friend, oh my goodness, Ruth got amazing results using this program earlier this year. Check her out. Whatever. You can do this however you want. Really the goal is just to build interest so that people will then RSVP to your event. Okay? So if I were not the one hosting this event, right, this button would say, going, not going, or maybe. And so what you'll see is when people respond to this number will go up. You can click on it and see who all responded to, "Yes, I'm going." And those would be the people, the goings and the maybes would be the ones that I would then message privately on Facebook or via email to say, "Hey, I saw that you accepted my invite to my One Step Forward event. Are you looking to start a new, workout regime?" And just open a conversation with them to try and find out what their goal is and really determine if they're a good fit for this program. Okay? So that's basically it. Once you have your event set up and it's looking good, you've got some interesting things shared here, good details, then I would go to the invite button and it will pop up a list of all of your friends. This is the really annoying part about Facebook, is they do not have a select all feature, which really stinks. But, in the long run, if you have a large friends list, this is just sort of a headache that you have to go through when you create events. But what you literally do is you go through your entire list of friends and you click on, who you want to invite to this event. Okay? You can be selective. If you know that this event is targeted toward, in this case, One Step Forward is targeted more toward beginners, people who are just beginning a fitness program who haven't worked out in a long time, I might not select every single one of my friends, right? I'll just select a few. And then you'll click send invite. I'm not going to do that right now, but what you'll see is then you'll see this number invited goes up. The only thing you want to remember to do after you send all those invites is to go back into settings by saying, click on this little button. Oops, not that one. Click on edit to edit your event. Go all the way back down to the bottom, and I typically will change the privacy settings to at least guest and friends. So that means that anyone that you invite and their entire friends list will see this event pop up in their newsfeed. If you want to get more exposure, you can put it to open invite or public. And as a new coach, you're probably not friends yet with too many other Beachbody coaches. And so these settings are totally fine. In my experience, now that I'm friends with, approximately 100 or so Beachbody coaches, I typically will set it as guests and friends so that when I invite my entire friends list, excluding my friends that are Beachbody coaches, then only the friends that I want to be invited and their friend lists will see the invite, and it doesn't spam a whole bunch of other people. If you set it to open invite, then anybody can invite anybody, and if you set it public, then people that you're not even friends with can see it. So it's just up to you, and you can change this setting at any time. So play with it, and if you're not getting the response that you want to your event, open up the privacy settings a little further and see how it goes. Okay? Again, the goal is just to get people to RSVP going, or maybe, and because you've set the expectation in your description that if they accept the invite, you're going to contact them with details, then that gives you free reign to send them an email or a message on Facebook, here, to discuss next steps. Okay? So that's how I use events. Again, I set these up approximately 3 weeks in advance of whatever start date I pick. That gives people 2 weeks to discuss with me what they want to do, whether they're interested, and it gives them time to place their order at least 1 week in advance of our start date. Shipping times can be unpredictable, so I always recommend my customers order at least 1 week before we start our group so that they have time to get their package, get prepared, and start on the date with everyone else. Okay, that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at fitnesswithbecky@gmail.com. Reach out to me in our coach team page, Team Core Conviction, or give me a call.